In Bluey, Bandit's got invisible pockets, Jeremy the gnome has serious trauma, and that $5 bill? It's been on more adventures than most cartoon characters. We're diving into the secret details hiding in plain sight. The stuff that makes Bluey way smarter than you realized. Here's something that'll blow your mind and make you question the laws of physics in the Bluey universe. In the episode Ragdoll, Bluey finds a $10 bill on the laundry room floor and excitedly shows it to Bandit. But watch what happens next. Bandit takes the money and somehow makes it disappear between him and the couch. No pockets, no hiding spots, just gone. Where did it go? This isn't a one-time thing either. In the episode Phones, Chili does the exact same magic trick with her phone, making it vanish into thin air as if she's got invisible pockets in her fur. Are the healers secretly magicians, or do dogs in Brisbane have some sort of interdimensional storage system we don't know about? I'm starting to think they've got Mary Poppins-level bag technology built into their bodies. This detail is so subtle, you probably never noticed it unless you're the type of person who analyzes cartoon character designs for fun. Mackenzie's mom went through a serious glow-up between seasons, and I'm not talking about a new haircut. In the earlier episodes of Season 1, she only had a brown spot on one side of her face. But as the series progressed, boom! Suddenly she's sporting brown spots on both sides. Was this an animation error that got fixed? A character design evolution? Or did Mackenzie's mom just decide to balance out her look? Either way, someone in the animation department was paying attention to symmetry, and honestly, I respect the dedication to detail. Think Bandit's just a goofy dad who can barely keep up with his kids? Think again. In the episode Dad Robot, when Chili and the girls are doing maintenance on Bandit's equipment, take a look at the shelf in the background. There's a trophy with the number 1 and a rugby ball sitting right next to it. That's not just decoration, that's evidence of Bandit's glory days. This explains so much about those episodes where Bandit suddenly transforms into a rugby legend in his dreams. He wasn't just fantasizing, he was reliving actual memories of when he dominated the field. No wonder he's got all those athletic moves when he's playing with Bluey and Bingo. Speaking of hidden athletic prowess, Chili's got her own trophy collection that most fans completely miss. In the episode Bob Bilby, when they're in the garage and Bandit's looking for the instant camera, check out what's behind him. There's a field hockey trophy that can only belong to one person, Chili. We know field hockey is her favorite sport, and this trophy proves she wasn't just a casual player. Chili's been holding back her competitive side this whole time, probably to let Bandit feel like the athletic one in the family. What a legend! Here's where Bluey gets surprisingly deep. When Bingo and Lila save a caterpillar, we watch it transform into a butterfly that lands on both their hands. Cute, right? Wrong. It's symbolic genius. Butterflies represent new beginnings, perfectly symbolizing Bingo and Lila's friendship starting. But the same blue butterfly appears again in the sign during Rad and Frisky's wedding, marking another new beginning. The Bluey team is playing 4D chess while we're still figuring out checkers. Poor Jeremy, the garden gnome, has been through more trauma than any ceramic character should endure. In the sign, when Frisky kicks him during her phone argument with Radley, everyone assumed that's when he got the crack on his head. Plot twist: Jeremy was already broken. The real damage happened earlier in episodes of Backpackers, when Bluey and Bingo were clinging to Bandit. During their wild game, Jeremy falls to the ground, and we actually see a piece of his ceramic hat fly off. So Chili must have glued him back together between episodes, but you can still see the battle scars. Jeremy's got more character development than most sitcom protagonists. Here's something that'll make you question everything about the Healer household's layout. The refrigerator door changes sides depending on the episode. In Dad Baby, the handle is on one side, but in Pavlova, it's completely flipped to the other side, making the door open in the opposite direction. Now, either the Healers are buying a new fridge every few episodes, or there's some serious continuity magic happening here. Maybe Bandit's been secretly installing reversible door hinges during his archaeological downtime? Socks has the most realistic character development ever. She used to walk on all fours like a real puppy, but gradually transitioned to walking upright like the older kids. Here's the genius part. When she walked on 4 legs, she had stripes on her feet that looked like tiny socks. Once she started walking upright, those stripes disappeared. She literally grew out of her baby socks phase. That's next-level storytelling disguised as animation. Get ready for the most elaborate money-tracking adventure in cartoon history. In the episode Market, Bluey gets a $5 bill, and the journey it takes is absolutely wild. She buys a candy apple from Cornelius, who gives the bill to Winton, who passes it to the German sausage sellers, and it travels through several hands before ending up back with Bluey via Indy's mom. Bluey then gives it to the busker, who keeps it for several episodes. You can even spot it on top of his hat in dance mode. Finally, in the silent game, he spends it for the last time. This $5 bill had more screen time and character development than some recurring characters. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button, or you might lose some bills from your pocket. Think you've spotted every Long Dog Easter egg? Think again. In the episode Sleepy Time, when Bingo was exploring planets in her dream, the creators pulled off the most genius Long Dog placement ever. Look at the stars in the sky and connect the dots. They form a perfect Long Dog constellation. This is next-level Easter egg hiding. They literally put the long dog in the stars, much like ancient astronomers created mythical creatures. I'm convinced the Bluey animation team has a PhD in how to hide things in plain sight. Here's something that breaks all the long dog rules we thought we knew. In the episode Double Babysitter, when Rad and Frisky are sitting on the balcony watching the night sky, there are 2 long dogs in the same scene. This is the first and possibly only time we've seen multiple long dogs together. This is the kind of animation detail that shows how much thought goes into every frame. In earlier episodes, when characters wore helmets, their eyebrows would be hidden underneath, which makes total sense from a realistic standpoint. But starting in Season 2, eyebrows magically appear outside of helmets. Before you cry, animation error, this was actually intentional. The creators realized that eyebrows are crucial for showing character expressions, so they made the artistic choice to have them visible even when they shouldn't be. Bandit's got the laziest dad trick ever discovered, and it's hiding in plain sight. In the episode Zoo, he's reading a newspaper with a dog playing soccer on the front page. Nothing unusual there. But then, several episodes later in Shaun, he's reading the exact same newspaper. Either Brisbane has the slowest news cycle in history, or Bandit's just pretending to be busy so nobody will ask him to play another exhausting game. This is peak dad energy, fake reading the same paper for weeks just to get 5 minutes of peace. The man's a genius, even if his strategy never actually works, because Bluey and Bingo always find a way to drag him into their adventures anyway. In Mr. Monkey Jocks, the toy ends up with a pup in the hospital. Plot twist. That pup's mom is the same store clerk who sold the Moonlight Unicorn to the healers in Quiet Game. This isn't random character recycling, it's world building. The Bluey universe is a connected community where everyone has a story. Even toy store clerks get character arcs. The Sign episode gave us romance and drama in equal measure, but did you catch the subtle relationship tension playing out in the background? While everyone's celebrating Rad and Frisky's wedding, Stripe becomes increasingly aggressive as the party continues, and Trixie is clearly not having it. You can see them having disagreements in the background of wedding scenes. And in one moment, Socks is playing with the cake toppers, making them act out an argument. Kids absorb everything, and Socks is basically recreating what she's been seeing at home. If you want to be baffled, check out these videos right now.